She's flat. With my kaiju roster being on hold, it was a matter of time before I returned to the world of anime waifus. And why not review out of the anime waifus the most famous Vocaloid of all time? The Snow Miku Serene Winter version here is from... How the hell am I supposed to know? I'm not a gross idol fan. Just a fan of her related materials. Zooming into the head, Miku has a semi-made like tiara in which it was carefully painted with the separate colors being organically blended, alongside a pink and blue bow with a gold accessory on top for that extra kawaii factor. This is not mentioning the front hair, which is colored in a semi-crystal blue like paint job, alongside a blend of certain white hues on parts of the hair, especially this kawaii snowflake on top of the head. And we cannot talk about the hair without mentioning the gargantuous twin tails, in which a single tail is more thick than Miku's entire body. And closely looking at the tails, they start off with a white cotton-esque ball, which aren't fluffy but are a nice touch. This is followed by a pair of larger blue and pink striped ribbons with different sets of accessories at the center, the sun for the right ribbon and the moon for our left ribbon, and ending with, of course, a set of fluffy balls for each ribbon or the extra winter aura. And the main guns are a different breed, as they start with the sky blue paint job, but alongside the twisting shape and the white hue, ultimately transform into a sweet, candy-esque pink. This is alongside the white portions at the front resembling the gust of wind commonly seen during the winter season. And add them all up and you get a pair of close-range melee weapons that can easily knock out the Big G and even John Wick. And it's like I forgot about something. Oh! The face! The face and expression on Miku, just by the look itself, explains why Miku is adored worldwide, as the innocent, cute anime-style eyes not only reflect Miku's kawaii looks, but also her innocent and maiden-like nature, a trait that men highly desire to corrupt. You also have the tint nose and a petite mouth that is the perfect shape for sucking the barrel end of a 9mm. Then there's the smiling face, in which the eyes are directed towards her left with a slight grin, making for a perfect smug face. And finally, we have this blessing face, in which the eyes are all closed with an open mouth that is the perfect face when Miku is reenacting her favorite head. But seriously, the weight of the head outweighs that of the body. That makes it difficult to balance the overall figure. Thank God for the stand. Moving down to the body, it can only be described as a perfect combination between a Japanese kimono and a Western-made uniform sprinkled with the aesthetic beauty of the winter season. Such components are portrayed through the various layers of clothing stacked on top of one another, as shown on both the neck and skirt. This is in addition to the over-stylized knot at the center of the abdomen to hold the kimono in place, and the long sleeves on the arm, emphasizing Miku's high levels of nationalism. This is alongside the maid-like aspects portrayed through the outfit, such as the short skirt, which is covered in various layers with various types of blues, and the patterns embedded on, including the white balls and snowflake. This is in addition to the white leggings that highlight Miku's thin and attractive nature, and the blue but not high heel shoes that stick to Miku's winter aesthetics with a pink ribbon at the rear. But when looking at the overall uniform, that while may add drip to Miku, unintentionally reveals Miku's biggest weakness. She's flat. When talking about accessories, Miku here is accompanied by a decent assortment, which is a standard for Figma figures that puts even the Big G to shame. Besides the faces previously mentioned, there are your hands. Besides your open hands for shoving opponents, there are your fists for punching, holding hands to hold nothing that Miku is accompanied with, but other weapons from firearms to katanas. Hands with a peg attached in order to wield Miku's giant dildo, and a hand with a hole in order to insert this particular snowflake. Miku is equipped with her customized dildo brush, which is almost as tall as Miku herself. And closely observing the brush, the tip of the brush, which is colored in white and ends with a pink hue. The handle is painted in a brown and wood-like paint job with blue markings at each tip. And a point to note is that there are two separate markings for each side of the brush, with the sun at one side and the moon at the other. And of course, there is this white ball at the end, and what you get is a variant of Miku that can freely express her artistic nature and take actions such as rubbing, whacking, and stabbing. There's also the Snowflake, which is translucent in nature and when attached to Miku makes her resemble an anime version of a particular ice-related character. So take that as you wish. Miku is also accompanied by a miniature version of the rabbit Yukine, which just like Miku possesses the kawaii design, from the round head, British hat, an oversized ribbon, and an outfit that portrays Yukine's intent on showing his underside for the whole world to see. But what did I really expect from her rabbits? And while every Figma figure is accompanied by a stand, which is translucent in nature, the iteration of Miku possesses her own unique stand to differentiate herself from the rest of the roster. Closely observing the stand, while translucent, happens to possess a pink hue alongside a shiny tint. And of course, the trademark and title of the license are underneath the main stand. When regarding the size, Miku as being a little girl, just like any other minor iterated in Figma form, lands at the smaller end of the size spectrum, as Miku stands at roughly 13.5 centimeters or 5.3 inches tall. Here's Miku next to Gunpla, Hiya Toys, Figuarts, fellow Figmas, and SH Monsters Iris. Now, if you know your Figma figures, they are at the peak of articulation, and Miku here is no different. The head can move freely up and down, left and right, only slightly limited by the hair. The tails can move relatively freely, but are stiff compared to the other joints. The shoulders can lift to an impressive degree, only impeded by the scarf. The elbows can only bend up to 90 degrees due to the thick sleeves. The hands are versatile enough, but are limited, of course, by the sleeves. Body movement.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
The legs, thanks to a skirt, provides a superb split. Knees can bend up to 90 degrees, and limited feet movement. So regarding posability, better than the Big G and equivalent to Mr. Wick. Did I do good, Mr. Wick? Yeah. So, what is there left to say? Figma's iteration of Miku, Serene Winter version, is another impressive release as while not a game changer, still retains impressive features prevalent in the Figma line, such as the impressive anime-accurate sculpt, decent amount of accessories, great range of posability, and goes hand in hand with Mr. Wick. So, if you're looking for a screen-accurate variant of Snow Miku, I would highly recommend this figure. With that said, I'll be giving the Snow Miku a ranking of an A.